Hey everybody, it's time to test your knowledge of English phrases. In this test, we're going to look at 10 phrases with word. For each phrase, I'll show you an example sentence with a key word missing. Then you'll see two options and your job is to choose the correct one. We'll start off the test with some phrases you'll probably know, but it gets harder. Can you get 10 out of 10 correct? Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know what score you got. And now, let's start with the first question. And we'll begin with the phrase definition. To have a short conversation with someone, especially in private. Here's our example. So, what do you think? Do we say, could I have a word or could I take a word? The correct answer is A. Could I have a word? Let's take a look at another example. I'll have a word with him and see what he says. Next up, we have to communicate a message to a lot of people. Here's our example. So, what do you think? Do we say to circulate the word or to spread the word? The correct answer is B, to spread the word. Let's take a look at one more example. Please ask all staff to spread the word about our new recruitment campaign. Next we have when people tell other people about products and services they like. Let's take a look at our example. So, do we say word of mouth or word of speak? What do you think? The correct answer is A, word of mouth. Let's have a look at one more example sentence. We don't have a big advertising budget, so we rely on word of mouth to find new customers. Next up, we have to talk about a story that's going around, something that a lot of people are talking about. Here's our example. So, do we say word has it or word does it? The correct answer is A, word has it. Let's take a look at one more sentence. Word has it that Stephen was fired because he came in late again. Is that true? And here's a little tip for you. We can also say rumor has it. Rumor has it or word has it. Number 5 is something you say that warns someone about something. So, is it a word of warning or a word of care? What do you think? The correct answer is A, a word of warning. Here's one more example. A word of warning. Don't ask him about the Jensen project. He doesn't like talking about it. So how's the test going so far? Have you already got 5 out of 5? We're going to get back to it very soon, but I just want to remind you first to subscribe to my channel and join my email list. Every 3 weeks I send out my free vocabulary email with additional business English, words from the news and everyday English for you to learn. The link is in the description below. And one more thing before we get back to the test, don't forget to let me know in the comments what score you got, and if you have an example sentence with one of the phrases from the test, please feel free to leave it in the comments too. And now, let's get back to it. So we'll continue the quiz with a very short definition from the beginning. So what do you think? Do we say from the word start or from the word go? The correct answer is B, from the word go. Let's look at another example sentence. The project was a disaster right from the word go. And a little tip here, you'll notice in this sentence that we also have right. So we can add right to add emphasis, to make it stronger. Right from the word go. So from the very beginning. We use the next phrase to tell someone that they only have to ask and we will do what they want. Here's our example. So, do we say just tell the word or just say the word? What do you think? The correct answer is B. Just say the word. Let's have a look at one more example. Just say the word and I'll reach out to my contacts. Number 8 is somebody who doesn't say much. So, what do you think? Is it a man of less words or a man of few words? The correct answer is B. A man of few words. Here's another example. Making conversation with her can be a real challenge. She's a woman of few words. The next phrase is a great one and it means to say positive things about someone so they can get or achieve something. Let's take a look at our example. So, what do you think? Is it A, put in a good word for him, or B, gave in a good word for him? The correct answer is A, put in a good word for him. Let's take a look at one more example. I'd really appreciate it if you could put in a good word for me. Number 10 is when you can't express your opinion in a conversation or discussion because someone else is dominating. They are talking too much and not giving you a chance to speak. Let's take a look at our example. So, what do you think? Is it couldn't get a word in likewise or couldn't get a word in edgewise? The correct answer is B. Couldn't get a word in edgewise. Let's take a look at another example. A word of warning. When you're talking to Simona, it's hard to get a word in edgewise. Congratulations on making it to the end of the test. How did you do? Don't forget to leave your score in the comments, and if you can write an example sentence with one of the phrases from this test, leave that in the comments too. And one more thing, if you want to test your knowledge further, watch one of these.